जले। हो समर्पण लखन जैसा, राम जैसा त्याग हो। भीष्म सा हो नियम पालन, शौर्य में अभिमन्यु हो। आपदाओं को कुचल कर वीर बालक हम चले। सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले। बुद्ध जैसे कारुणिक हो, धीर हम महावीर से। ध्रुव जैसे निश्चयी, सत्याग्रही प्रह्लाद से। दुर्दम्य सारे
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायकु फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावै, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपै, तीनों लोक हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, महावीर जब नाम सुनावै। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna. On behalf of Gita Pariwar, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all dear Gita Sevis and Sadhaks who are gathered here on Zoom platform to attend today's Nyasa Vivechan session. Together, we all started this divine journey, and now we have completed 4th level, immersing ourselves in the blissful Bhagavad Gita. Without the grace of Almighty, nothing can be accomplished. Thus, to invoke the blessings of the Lord, I invite Shubhashini Yuvarajan Didi Ji to lead us in the prayer. Didi Ji is from Chennai and has joined Gita Pariwar in November 2023. Didi Ji is postgraduate in Nritya Kala and Sangeet. Didi is also giving seva as a technical assistant, group coordinator, and as a co-trainer. Didi, please proceed with the prayer.
Thank you, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. Thank you so much, Didi, for the beautiful and melodious prayer. No auspicious occasion is considered complete without the lamp lighting. It symbolizes our journey from darkness towards enlightenment. For Deep Prajwalan, I would kindly call upon Sri Vedala Lakshmi Didi Ji. Didi Ji is from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Didi is a retired school teacher and has joined Gita Pariwar last month. Didi, I kindly request you to please light the lamp on behalf of all of us. Jai Shri Krishna.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you so much for taking us all into your divine altar for Deep Prajwalan. Now, before we proceed with the Vivechan session, all of you are requested to circulate the link of this session with your loved ones, friends, and relatives. Give them also the divine gift of Gita. Now, I am highly honored to invite our great Vivechak, Shri Vikas Vaidya Bhayaji. Bhayaji has bestowed upon us the valuable knowledge of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Bhayaji imparts unique perspective and guidance through his innumerable commentaries. Bhayaji has a bachelorate degree in mechanical engineering and is proficient in 6 languages. Bhaya has travelled across the world and runs an IT firm in Pune, Maharashtra. For the last 5 years, Bhaya is doing an incredible task of daily reciting 18 adhyayas of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Bhayaji is also serving as a senior trainer in Gita Pariwar and is also involved in the process of training new trainers. Bhayaji is also involved in teaching and Vivechana of Vishnu Sahasranam as a member of Pune Gita Pariwar. Bhayaji guides Gita Vratis to prepare for Shringuri Peeth Gita exam. Bhayaji has given the Gita contest exam at Shringuri Peeth and received first prize from the hands of Param Pujya Jagat Guru Shankaracharya ji. Now, I humbly request Vikas Bhayaji to kindly proceed with the session now.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन. Welcome to all Gita Sadhak. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter, which is not a chapter of Bhagavad Gita as such, but something which is performed before doing Bhagavad Gita. Why, when, that we'll discuss. The subject of today's discussion is Nyaas. Nyaas, Pratana, Gita Mahatma, all these things we're going to discuss today. So we'll start with the Nyaas. Now if you see the definition of Nyaas, in the dictionary if you see the word Nyaas, it means to place or literally to deposit or setting down. This is a concept of only which is valid only in Sanatana Dharma, in our Hindu Dharma. No other religion has this concept of Nyaas. Nyaas involves touching various parts of the body while chanting some specific portions of selected mantras, which are all from Bhagavad Gita. This imposition of mantras upon the body is considered as assigning or locating the divinity inside our own body. That Mamaiva Shujivaloke, so we are trying to locate that divinity. Where is that Ansha? And we touch every part of the body while doing the Nyasa. See, we take the experience of this material world through our senses, through our organs, isn't it? So organs of our body, they allow us to experience the outside world. Before we use those very organs, which gets dirty, because the outside material world is not so clean, it's quite dirty. So our organs, our senses, they also get polluted because they interact with the material world day in and day out. So before we start using the same organs, same senses for chanting of Bhagavad Gita, we have to cleanse them, isn't it? Senses that we experience through, these senses should be pure and to the fullest. So that is the thing that we achieve by doing Nyas. So before you start, it is important to cleanse the organs and the senses with which you will practice reading of Bhagavad Gita. You know, it is just like the utensils that we use in the kitchen every day. Those utensils, before we start using them, should be cleaned. before we make the food in those utensils. Similarly, tools of our body must be cleaned before practicing any kind of bhakti. What are these tools? Our fingers that perform different rituals, our senses of touch, smell, sight, hearing, and taste, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. That procedure of cleansing is called Nyaas. So it also means the mental concentration, allocation of various body parts to the guardian spirits. Now, way to perform the Nyas is to touch each organ, explicitly thinking how it is useful to performing duties and reminding us that it must be pure to perform those duties in a proper way. Hands are performing their duty, hands should be cleansed. Eyes are performing their duty, those should be clean. Same way with our nose, our eyes, our ears, our tongue, everything. So Nyas are embedded at the beginning of actual prayers. Before you start actual reading of Bhagavad Gita, Nyas is to be performed. Now it is a prescribed procedure that one performs before starting to worship. For example, at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Nyas associates with each organ with another mantra that is a part of either Adhyaya 2 or Adhyaya 18. So there are some selected shlokas, parts of shlokas, which we chant while performing the Nyas. Now here are the organs along with the reasons why they must be pure. In Karanyas, Nyas of Kar, Kar means hand. And hand consists of 10 fingers, 2 hands, 10 fingers. Now individual fingers are to be cleansed. Individual fingers are used for activities ranging from washing the idols of Paramatma in our puja ghar, or performing the yajna, or even picking up the book of Bhagavad Gita. We use our hands. The hands should be cleaned. Anga Nyas, Nyas of Anga, that means body parts. We use our mouth. We use our mouth for eating, for drinking, for speech. Goal is to eat, drink, and speak good and positive things. The mouth should be cleaned. Nose. Nose is used for smelling. The goal is to smell and inhale only that which is good for body and exhale all the negativity from the body. Eyes. Eyes are used for seeing or for reading. Goal of Nyas is to watch and read only those things that are good for the mind. So I should not get interested in seeing something which is not good for the mind. Shoulders represent the strength and ability. Goal is to use that strength for the well-being of self and others by doing seva, nishkam seva. Knees. Our knees represent the willpower to walk. If knees are not strong, one cannot walk. In the old days, the knees start paining and people almost stop walking. So knees represent the willpower to walk on the path of good behavior. Our entire body is to stay healthy and in good behavior. That is the purpose. When all these organs come together to perform good duties for the well-being of oneself and of the community, that is the true form of Samhita. See, our fingers, these fingers, they have connection with all organs of our body. If you go to an acupressure specialist and you tell him that, doctor, I have headache, then what he will say? Okay, you have headache, then you press this portion or this finger, something like that. I'm not an expert in acupressure, but that is what the acupressure specialist, they say. If you press here, it will activate those nerves and you will get relieved of your pain. So the acupressure specialist, they ask us to press a particular point on your palm or on your finger. This is exactly what we do in Nyas. We purify all our 10 fingers in Karanyas. because our fingers are connected to the entire body. When we press each finger and purify it with the intention that entire body is getting purified. So this is the purpose of Karanyas. Second is Hridayadhyas. That we'll see what is Hridayadhyas. But question may arise, is it necessary to perform Nyas? Is it a must that before we read Gita, we should perform the Nyas? The answer is plain, simple, no. It is not necessary to perform Nyas. When you are reading Bhagavad Gita for your own joy or for doing seva of Paramatma, it is not necessary to do Nyas. Bhagavad Gita doesn't insist that you should take shower and then only read Gita. You can take a morning walk on the terrace or on the street or in the garden, and if you have you have learned by heart any adhyayas of Bhagavad Gita, you can start chanting those adhyayas. So there is no necessity of getting the body also showered before you start chanting Bhagavad Gita. Then why Nyasa is to be performed and when is to be performed? When we are reading Gita, we are doing Gita Patan as a Nishkam Seva. God, I don't want anything. I am not expecting any return of doing my Gita Parayan. I am doing this for my own satisfaction. I want to offer my obeisances, my respect, my deep faith, my deep Shraddha to you. And with that intention only I am reading this Bhagavad Gita. I have no other intention. So this is the Nishkam Seva of Paramatma for our own self-purification. So when purification of self and offering Nishkam Seva to Paramatma is the only intention of doing Gita Parayan, then performing Nyas is not necessary. Then when it's to perform, we are expecting something that I will do Gita Parayan, God, but in return, please help me to get a job for my son, help me to get my daughter married, or help me to get promotion in my job. When some expectations, some kamanas are there in your mind, and with those kamanas, you are doing Gita Patan, Gita Parayan, and you are expecting that Paramatma, after you complete your Gita Parayan, will bestow upon His mercy on you, and you will get what you have desired for. Then this becomes a Sakam Seva. It no more is a Nishkam Seva. And when Sakam Karma are to be done, then you have to follow all rules and regulations of Karma Kanda. Because Sakam Karma is a part of Karma Kanda only. And when we perform Karma Kanda, then the rules of Karma Kanda are to be followed. Like we perform puja in our puja ghar every day. We have to take shower. We have to use that silk cloth, yellowish silk cloth, and then sit for puja. These are the rituals which we have to follow. Because doing puja, washing our idols in the puja ghar every day, putting tilak on them, offering flowers on them, and in the end doing naivedyam and doing arti is a part of karma kanda. And before we do that, we must take shower. Without shower, can we do puja? No. So when the karma is changing from nishkam to sakam, all rules of karma kanda are to be followed. First is cleanse the body with shower. Then cleanse the body and all organs and senses of the mind by recitation of specific mantras. So when you purify your body externally and internally by chanting those mantras, those slokas from Bhagavad Gita, touching different body parts, then you are qualified to read the Gita with that Sakam Bhavana, what you have in mind. So this is the brief introduction of what is Nyaas. Now we will start doing the Nyaas. As I said, there are two types of Nyaas. One is Karanyas and another is Hridayadhyas. I will perform both the Nyaas. You kindly observe my movement of hands, where my hand is touching which part of the body and which mantra, which shloka I am chanting when I am touching different parts of the body. So with this, we'll start performing the Nyaas. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Atha Karanyāsaha. Om Asya Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Mālā Mantrasya Bhagavān Vedavyāsa Rishih Anuštupachandaha Shri Krishnah Paramatma Devata Ashocyananvashocastvam Pradnya Vadanshcha Bhashase Iti Bijam सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज इति शक्तिः अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच इति कीलकम्. So these three slokas what we chanted, Ashocyanamna Shochasam Pradnya Vadanshya Bhashase iti Bijam. Bijam is the seed. This is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. This slok from second adhyay is the slok from where Paramatma Shri Krishna Bhagavan has started giving his message to Arjuna. So it is Bijam, the starting point, the seed of the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Iti Shakti is the power of Gita. Surrender all your karmas to Paramatma and surrender yourself to him. Take his Sharanagati. That is the power of Gita. Ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayashyama shuja. Iti kilakam. This is the key. Kunchi. Paramatma is giving you this guarantee that if you sarva dharman paritijya mamikam sharanam vraja, then ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayashyama shuja. Then don't worry, ma shucha, don't worry. I will remove all your papa karmas and I will give moksha to you. Provided we surrender to Paramatma and offer all our karma phalas to Paramatma. Sarva dharman paritejya. I am a nobody. I don't do anything. I don't have kartrutva abhiman. The sense of doership I don't have. I am not the bhoktrutva. I don't enjoy doing things. It is a play, interplay of sense and sense objects. I am a non-doer. And whatever things are happening because of your grace. Who am I to do it? Who am I to read Gita? You have given me that wisdom. You have given me that intellect. You have given me the eyes. I am just using that. I am not doing anything of my own. It is all your grace. With the same eyes, people watch the movies or they watch the TV serials for hours and hours together. With the same eyes, I am reading Gita because your grace is on me. I am rightfully using the eyes for the right purpose. So it is out of your grace only. So ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayama shucha. When we perform karma like this, Paramatma says, sarva papebhyo mokshayama shucha. Paramatma will cleanse all of us of our all papa karmas and he will render moksha to us. Ma shucha, don't worry. Iti kilakam. This is the key. This is the key of Bhagavad Gita. We all want to achieve that purpose, no? This is the key for which this key will open our gate to the moksha. Ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayama shucha. That is why it is called iti kilakam. So I will repeat these three things and then we start the hand movement touching the body parts. Okay? Atha karanyasaha. Om asya Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā mālā mantrasya Bhagavān Vedavyāsa Rishih Anuštupachandaha Shri Krishnah Paramatma Devata Ashocyananvashocastvam Pradnya Vadanshcha Bhashase Iti Bijam Sarva dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Iti Shaktihi Ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha iti kilakam. Now observe the hand movement. Nainai chindanti shastrani nainandhati pavaka ityaggushtabhyan namaha. When you start reading this sloka, nainai chindanti shastrani nainandhati pavaka ityaggushtabhyan namaha. Angutha. This we have to purify. Angutha we purify with the tarjani. With this. This tarjani, it is used for moving from bottom to top of our thumb. Ityaggushtabhyan namaha. And while doing this action, moving the tarjani from the bottom of thumb to the top of the thumb, we chant the slok. Nainai chandanti shastrani nainandhati pavaka ityagustabhyan namaha. Now remember that this sloka, Nainai chandanti shastrani nainandhati pavaka, is a slok which is describing the characteristic of our Atma. That Atma can never be killed. It cannot be harmed with shastra. It cannot be burnt in the fire also. Naina Chandra Shastrani Nainadi Pavaka. So, remembering these characteristics of our soul, that my soul is indestructible, we are purifying our thumb. Thumb and thumb related all organs of the body. Nainai Chandanti Shastrani Nainandati Pavaka Ityagustabhyan Namaha. When you say Ityagustabhyan Namaha, the two fingers should separate. That means the chanting of shloka and movement of this finger on the thumb has to be synchronized. Nainai chandanti shastrani nainandati pavaka ityagustabhyan namaha. So this way we have purified our thumb and all the body parts which are connected to the thumb. Next. Na chainam kledayantyapo na shoshiyati maruta iti tarjanibhyan namaha. Now here we will purify our tarjani and we will read another characteristic of our soul, which is again from second adhyay. Na chainam kledayantyapo na shosheti maruta iti tarjanibhyan namaha. So for tarjanibhyan namaha, we have to use the thumb, moving the thumb from bottom of tarjani to the top of the tarjani. And the slok that we will read is Na chainam kledayantyapo na shosheti maruta iti tarjanibhyan namaha. Tarjanibhyan namaha. Both fingers should separate when we say Tarjanibhyan namaha. Once again. Nainai chandanti shastrani nainandati pavaka ityagustabhyan namaha. Na chainam kledayantyapo na shosheti maruta iti tarjanibhyan namaha. So we'll repeat these two things. Purification of thumb, Gustabhyan namaha, and purification of our tarjani. The shlokas what we have chanted while doing this are like this. Nainai chindanti shastrani nainandati pavaka ityagustabhyan namaha. Na chainam kledayantyapo na shoshiti maruta iti tarjanibhyan namaha. So ityagustabhyan namaha and tarjanibhyan namaha. We have purified our tarjani and our thumb while chanting the shlokas. Nainai chandanti shastrani nainandati pavaka, and then na chainam kledayantyapo na shosheti maruta. These both are the characteristics of our soul, our Atma, which we are invoking. Third, now Madhyama. This middle finger is to be purified and all the body organs which are connected through nerves with this middle finger. So for that we'll chant third characteristics of our soul from second adhyaya again with the thumb moving on that middle finger. Achedyo yamadayo yam akledyo shosha evacha iti madhyamabhyan namaha. Watch again. Thumb is to be kept at the bottom of middle finger and the slok to be chanted is Achedyo yamadayo yam akledyo shosha evacha iti madhyamabhyan namaha. Iti madhyamabhyan namaha. Iti madhyamabhyan namaha. So you have to separate both the fingers when you say madhyamabhyan namaha. And the slok that we read is Achedyo yamadayo yam akledyo shosha evacha iti madhyamabhyan namaha. So we purified our thumb, our tarjani and our middle finger. Now let us go to our anamika or the ring finger. Another characteristic of our soul. Nitya sarvagata sthanu rachaloyam sanatana ityanamikabhyan namaha. Ityanamikabhyan namaha. This anamika, you have to keep the thumb at the bottom of it and move it, roll it over it while chanting this slok. Atma is Nitya, Sarvagata, Sthanu, Achala and Sanatan. So they are the additional characteristics of our soul, again from second adhyaya, which we chant while doing this particular action of purifying our anamika, the ring finger. Watch again. Nitya sarvagata sthanu rachaloyam sanatana ityanamikabhyan namaha. Nitya sarvagata sthanu rachaloyam sanatana ityanamikabhyan namaha. So 4 fingers are purified, only little finger is remaining, small finger is remaining. While doing that, we'll say, Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha iti Kanishtikabhyan Namaha. So this is from the 11th Adhyaya. Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha. Arjuna, you can see hundreds and thousands forms of man in this Virat room. And while chanting this slok, we have to roll our thumb from the bottom of our little finger to its top. Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha iti Kanishtikabhyan Namaha. Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha iti Kanishtikabhyan Namaha. So all 10 fingers have been purified and all the body parts which are connected to, all the organs which are connected through these 10 fingers. At the end of this Karanyas, we say, Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritiricha iti Karatala Kara Prishtabhyan Namaha. Karatala Kara Prishtabhyan Namaha. And the slok that we say, again from 11th Adhyaya, Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritiricha iti Karatala Kara Prishtabhyan Namaha. So we are remembering Paramatma's Virat Roop, Vishwaroop, while chanting this and doing these actions of purification of our little finger and purification of our palm, inside, outside, both. Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritiricha iti Karatala Kara Prishtabhyan Namaha iti Karanyasaha. So here the Karanyas ends. It may have taken time to explain this, but actual action of Karanyas does not take more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. We can do it now. I will not talk anything except doing the Nyas, Karanyas. You can watch all actions. Atha Karanyasaha Om Asya Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Mālā Mantrasya Bhagavan Vedavyasa Rishi Anuštava Chandaha Shri Krishnah Paramatma Devata Ashocyananvashocastvam Prajñā Vādansya Vāshase iti Bijam Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja iti Shaktihi Ahantva Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Māshucha iti Kilakam Nainai Chindanti Shastrani Nainandati Pavaka Ityaggushtabhyan Namaha Na Chainam Kledayantyāpo Na Shoshiti Maruta iti Tarjinibhyan Namaha Achedyo Yamadayyo Yam Maklidyo Shoshayo Cha iti Madhamabhyan Namaha Nitya Sarvagata Ruchalo Yam Sanatana Ityanamikabhyan Namaha Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha iti Kanishtikabhyan Namaha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha iti Karatala Kara Prishtabhyan Namaha iti Karanyasaha. So simple. Let us continue with Hridayadinas. Hridayadinas. See the actions that I am taking and which shlokas I am reading when doing Hridayadinas. You have to take your right hand, put it on your heart and start. Atha Hridayadinasaha Nainai Chindanti Shastrani Nainandati Pavaka iti Hridaya Namaha. Hridaya Namaha. And the slok again from second Adhyaya describing our soul. Nainai Chindanti Shastrani Nainandati Pavaka iti Hridaya Namaha. Then shift that hand to the Shiraseswaha, our head. And the slok again describing our soul. Na chainam kledayantyāpo na shosheti maruta iti Shiraseswaha. Shiraseswaha. And on the Shir, that means on the head. And chanting of slok. Na chainam kledayantyāpo na shosheti maruta iti Shiraseswaha. Then take that hand to the back of your head. Where the small brain is there, at that point you put this hand, right hand. And the slok to be chanted is Achedyo Yamadayyo Yam Maklidyo Shosha Evacha iti Shikhaya Vashat. Shikhaya Vashat. This is the place Shikhaya where old Brahmin people, they used to tie their shendi, So this is that place, small brain. And the slok that we chant while touching this small brain of ours is Nitya Sarvagata Sthanu Rachalo Yam Sanatana. Oh, sorry. Achedyo Yamadayyo Yam Maklidyo Shosha Evacha iti Shikhaya Vashat. It is Shikhaya Vashat. So this is Shikhaya Vashat. Achchedyo yamadayyo yam akledyo shosha evacha. It is Shikhaya Vashat. And then take both the palms in the front. And read this shloka. Nitya sarvagata sthanurachalo yam sanatana iti kavachaya hum. You have to rotate your hands in the direction of your body as if you are creating a kavach, a protection for your body so that no negativity enters into the area when you are reading Bhagavad Gita. So it is a kavach formation by reading this. Nitya sarvagata sthanurachalo yam sanatana iti kavachaya hum. Kavachaya hum. Then we have to purify our eyes with which we are reading Gita. So for that, the shloka to be chanted is Pashyame partha rupani shatasota sahasraja iti netratraya evaushad. Netratraya, these two eyes and third eye is here. We cannot open it, but eye is definitely here. And the shloka to be chanted while purification of this netras is this. Pashyame partha rupani shatasota sahasraja iti netratraya evaushad. Netratraya evaushad. Pashyame partha rupani shatasota sahasraja iti netratraya evaushad. And then entire head is to be purified by saying Nana vidhani divyani nana varna kritini cha iti astraya fat. We have to make some sound of these two fingers. Nana vidhani and rotate the hand in the clockwise direction. Nana vidhani divyani nana varna kritini cha iti astraya fat. Only once it is to be done, not again and again. Only once. Nana vidhani divyani nana varna kritini cha iti astraya fat. When you say astraya fat, the sound has to come. Some people do astraya fat like this also, but we can do it like this also. Like this or like this. Up to you. And the shloka to be chanted. Nana vidhani divyani nana varna kritini cha iti astraya fat. Shri Krishna prityarthe pathe vinyogaha. So after performing Karanyas and Rudadinas, now we are making a declaration that this Gita Parayan, which I am doing, is for Shri Krishna Prityarthe. I am offering my seva to Shri Krishna. And for offering this seva, I am reading this Bhagavad Gita. Shri Krishna Prityarthe, or Lord Shri Krishna, Pathe Vinyogaha. This part of Gita, what I am doing, is for offering to Shri Krishna Bhagavan. So these are the two Nyas which we perform, Karanyas and Rudhyadinas. I hope the procedure is clear to all of you. If there are any questions, we can discuss those at the end of session. Now the next thing after doing both Nyas is reading of Pratana. Pratana which we read Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathidam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostu Te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Ullarvindayatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vaitraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Geetamrituduhe Namaha Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandharanilotpala Shalyagrahawati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashvathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhanavartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavairana Nadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalang Geetarthagandhotkatan नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पीपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. So the 7 shlokas is the prarthana which we read before we start reading the Gita and after performing Karanyas and Hridayadhinas. Let's try to understand what is the meaning of all this. What is the meaning of this prarthana which we are reading? Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grihidam Puranamrina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. So this Gita Pratana, it is associated with Gita. These slokas, this poem has often been attached to Bhagavad Gita, one of the most important scriptures of our religion, Bhagavad Gita. In English, its title can be literally translated as meditation on Gita. This Partha is doing meditation on Gita. And it is also sometimes called invocation to the Gita. These shlokas of Gita Pratana, they offer salutations to a variety of sacred scriptures, various gods and other entities, and characterize the relationship of Gita to Upanishads, of which it is an extract, and affirm the power of divine assistance. Gita Pratana is a prayer. Pratana, no prayer. The purpose of studying the prayer, Pratana, is to invoke the grace of Lord so that we can successfully complete the study of Bhagavad Gita. To ward off the obstacles that may come. You know, Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. But these prayers, these verses of prayers are not from Mahabharata. The prayer verses were written by the great Acharya by the name Madhusudana Saraswati. So this is not a part of Bhagavad Gita as such. These have been separately written by Acharya Madhusudana Saraswati. Before he wrote his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, he wrote these shlokas of Pratana. And now it has become a customary, it has become a habit, ritual, to read this Pratana before reading the Gita as if it is a part of Gita. Maharishi Vaidya has not written this, it is written by Madhusudana Saraswati. So the name of his commentary is Gudhartha Deepika, the book written by Madhusudana Saraswati. Gudhartha Deepika, a lamp which illuminates the hidden and deeper meaning of Bhagavad Gita. It is a very famous commentary on Gita by Madhusudana Saraswati ji. Before starting the actual reading of Gita, we study these 7 verses of Pratana and then 2 verses of Dhyana, Atha Dhyanam. So this is how the Pratana is. Now in these shloks of Pratana, Madhusudana Saraswati ji offers Namaskaram, obeisances to Mahabharatam, for it is the greatest book, Mahabharata, offering obeisances, Namaskaram to Bhagavad Gita, looking upon Gita as the mother, Mother Saraswati, the embodiment of wisdom. Saraswati means Vyasacharya, the author of Mahabharata, and therefore the author of Gita as well, Maharishi Vedavyas, and also of course to Lord Krishna, who gives the Gita teaching to Arjuna. So we are remembering all this when we are chanting this Pratana. Now let us start understanding the meaning of this Pratana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. That which was taught to Arjuna by Lord Narayana himself. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Lord Narayana has taught it to to Arjuna. So that Gita which was taught by to Arjuna by Lord Narayana himself, Vyasena Gratham Puranamuna Madhya Mahabharatam, which was written by the epic sage Maharshi Veda Vyas in the middle of Mahabharata, Madhya Mahabharatam. Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim. Bhagavati here is Goddess Saraswati. Ashtadashadhyayinim. O Mother Goddess, who showers the nectar of Advaita, called the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to change from Dvaita Bhav to Advaita Bhav. From this thought that I am different, God is different. Gita teaches us, no, both are same. So this Advaita Bhav is taught to us by Bhagavad Gita, and for that we are thanking the Goddess Saraswati, O Mother Goddess, who showers the nectar of Advaita, called Bhagavad Gita, which has 18 chapters. Ashtadashadhyayinim, 18 chapters. I meditate on you, Mother, who removes all the past karmas. Ambatva Madasandhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavad Veshinim. So this is the first shloka. Further, Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe. Salutations to Maharshi Veda Vyas, who has immense intellect. Vishala Buddhe, immense intellect. Who has eyes like petals of the lotus flower. Ullara Vinda Yatapatra Netra. Who has filled up the oil to the lamp of Mahabharata. Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha. And lighted it to pinpoint the wisdom. Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. This is second sloka of this Pratana. Continuation. Prapanna Parijatayo Totra Vaitraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnayo Gita Mritaduhe Namaha. Salutation, obeisances, namaskaram to Lord Shri Krishna, who is a wish-giving tree. Prapanna Parijatayo, who holds a cane to drive the cattle. Krishna Bhagwan ke हाथ में डंडा है. He has a stick in his hand because he was driving the cattle day in and day out. So he has that cane, that stick in his hand to drive the cattle, and who also shows the seal of Dhyana with the second hand. In one hand the stick is there, in second hand he is doing the Dhyana Mudra, and he gives us all the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. And we are offering our salutations to that Lord Shri Krishna. Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vaitreka Parnaye Jnana Mudraya Krishna. This is Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitam Vidduhe Namaha. Further. Vasudeva Sudandevam Kamsachanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute the teacher of the world, who is the son of Vasudeva, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who killed Kamsa Chanur, and Chanur was another demon. He was also killed by Shri Krishna Bhagwan. So who killed Kamsa and Chanur, and is the one who gave divine joy to Devaki. Vasudeva Sudandevam Kamsa Chanur Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam, who gave param joy, divine joy to Devaki. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, the Lord of this entire cosmos, Jagadgurum, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. I offer my salutations to him. Vasudeva Sudandevam Kamsa Chanur Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Further. Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Vela Kula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavairna Nadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha. This is an important simile. Bhishma and Dronacharya are the two banks. It is imagined that the battle of Kurukshetra is like a river. is like a river. And Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya are the two banks of that river. Jayadratha is the water in that river. Shakuni, the king of Gandharva, was the blue lotus. Shalya was a crocodile. Krupacharya was the tide in that river. Karna was the mighty wave in that river. Ashwathama and Vikarna were the dangerous alligators. And Duryodhana was the whirlpool, Bhavra. Bhavra attacks everyone and people get doomed in Bhavra, no? So Duryodhana is compared like a whirlpool, Bhavra. Uttirna Kalu Pandavai Rinardi Kaivartaka Keshava. So such a horrible river where Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya are the two banks of the river. Jayadratha was the water. Shakuni was the king of Gandharva, was the blue lotus in that river. Shalya is the crocodile. Krupacharya, the tide of that river. Karna was the mighty wave of that river. Ashwathama and Vikarna were the most dangerous alligators. And Duryodhana was the whirlpool. But Pandavas, they crossed over this river of war, with Krishna as their Navadi, as their helmsman. He drive them through this war of Kurukshetra. So Tirna Kalu Pandavai Ranadi Kaivartaka Keshava. Keshava did this. So Pandava could win the battle because of grace of Lord Shri Krishna. Further, Pratana continues further. Parasharya vachas saroja mamalang Gītārtha gandhotkatan Nānākhyanak kesaram harikatha Sambodhana bodhitam Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam muda Bhūyāt bharata pankajam karimalap Pradhvansina shreyase. Let the lotus flower of Mahabharata, which arose from the water, which are the words of son of Parashara. Who is son of Parashara? Maharishi Vedas. So let the lotus flower of Mahabharata, which arose from the water, which are the words of the son of Parashara Rishi, which has a pollen grains of different stories. Nana Kyanaka Kesaram. Mahabharata has several stories, no? Which is taught in the form of stories of Lord Vishnu. That is drunk by the honey bee of very good people. Loke sajjana shatpai rahara pepi yamanam muda. Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimala pradvamsina shreyase. Help those who want to remove all the ills of this Kali Yuga. Kalimala pradvamsina shreyase. So a pratana is being made that help those who want to remove the ills of Kali Yuga by chanting of this Bhagavad Gita. Further, Mūkam karodi vācālam pangvallangayate girim yat krupātamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Magic. I salute the Madhava, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the source of supreme bliss, whose grace makes the dumb man to become eloquent. Mūkam karoti vācālam. This experience, many of our trainers have done experienced this in Bhagavad Gita. In Gita Pariwar, there are many sadhak, many participants who, when they join the class, they are not able to speak at all because some are paralyzed, some have some other disease. So their tongue is not flexible enough to read Gita Slokas. But over a period of time, they start reading it quite well, perfectly well sometimes. They pass exams. This is the experience of many trainers in Gita Pariwar. So I salute the Madhava, that Madhava, the source of supreme bliss, whose grace makes the dumb man eloquent, and cripple one cross the mountains. Pangul giram. A crippled man can cross the mountain Girim. So this is the grace of Bhagavad Gita, grace of Lord Shri Krishna. So this is the end of Pratana. After Pratana, we read the Gita Mahatma. Gita Mahatma, we are reading the characteristics of Gita and what Gita offers to a common man who reads Gita with deep faith, deep Shraddha. And what is Gita? That also is described in Gita Mahatma. So we'll read Gita Mahatma and try to understand what is said in that Gita Mahatma. I will read Gita Mahatma first. अथ गीता माहात्म्यम् गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यै यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकादिवर्जितः गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्बसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम् गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्ये शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतम् गीता गंगोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्रं गीतमेको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मंत्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा. So Gita Shastramidam Punye Yah Pathet Preta Puman Vishnu Padamapnoti Bhayashokadivarjataha. It means one who with the regulated mind recites with devotion, with Shraddha, this Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the bestower of all virtues, will attain to a holy abode such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, which is always free from the mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yah Padhet Pretapuman Vishnu Padamapnoti Bhaya Shokadivarjita. Your Bhaya and Shok will disappear. Further, Gita Dhenashilasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naiva Santi Papani Purvajanma Kritani Cha. If one reads this Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with devotion, of course, with all seriousness, then by the grace of Lord Shri Krishna, the reactions of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. His past karmas will get washed out. Gita Dhenashilasya Pranayama Parasya Naiva Santi hi Papani Purva Janma Kritani Cha. पूर्व जन्म में जो पाप हो गए हैं सब धुल जाते हैं. Further, मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्बसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water. Malanirmochanam punsai jalasnanan dine dine. We take the bath every day to clean our body of all the mal. We keep moving here and there in bazaar, in market, in mall, on the roads and here. So every day morning we have to cleanse the body. So Malanirmochanam punsai jalasnanan dine dine. Every day we do that. But if one takes the bath even once in this sacred Ganga water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. Malanirmochanam punsa jalasnanam dine dine sakrut, like that. Gitambasi snanam, when we take shower in this Ganga of Gita, samsara malanashanam. Samsara malanashanam, the dirt of material life is altogether, it gets vanquished. Further, Gita Mahatma says, गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्ये शास्त्र विस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Lord himself. One need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read the Bhagavad Gita. This one Grantha is more than enough. In the present age, people are so absorbed in their worldly, material, mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literature. But this is not necessary also. This one book of Bhagavad Gita will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literature, and especially because it is spoken by the God Himself. Further, Bharatamrita Sarvasvam Vishnur Bhaktradvinisritam Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanma na Vidyate. By drinking this Ganga water of Bhagavad Gita, the divine scripture of Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. Punarjanma na Vidyate. If you read Bhagavad Gita with full Shraddha, then Punarjanma na Vidyate. This is the easiest moksha marga. Reading and contemplating of Bhagavad Gita and trying to follow it in our life. As Pujya Swamiji says, Gita padhe padhaye aur जीवन में लाए. So merely reading may not help you, but जीवन में लाए definitely helps you. If you can bring it in the जीवन, in the life, then your path to moksha is definitely there. You are already in the path of moksha then. So by drinking this Ganga water of Bhagavad Gita, the divine scripture of Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death gets terminated. Full stop. No more birth and no more death. When there is no birth, there is no question of death. When Punarjanma na Vidyate, the death is out of question. When there is no Janma, there is no death. Further, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. All the Upanishads are compared, are said like a cow. All the Upanishads are like a cow. The milker of the cow is Lord Krishna. And the son of Nanda, Lord Krishna, Arjuna is the calf. The beautiful nectar of Gita is the milk. And the fortunate devotees of fine theistic intellect are the drinkers of this nectar of Bhagavad Gita, milk of Bhagavad Gita, which is an extract from the Upanishads. Upanishada is a cow. The milker of Upanishada is Lord Krishna. Arjuna is the calf. The beautiful nectar of Gita is the milk. And that milk, that nectar is enjoyed by the fortunate devotees like us. So how fortunate we are. We are enjoying this nectar of Bhagavad Gita. Thanks to Gita Pariwar. So we drink this nectar of Gita and we enjoy that milk of Bhagavad Gita. In the end, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitameko Devo Devaki Putra Evo Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karma Pyekantasya Devasya Seva. There need to be only one holy scripture, and that holy scripture is Bhagavad Gita, sung by Lord Krishna. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putram Gitam. Devaki Putra has sung this song of Bhagavad Gita. Only one worshipable Lord, Lord Shri Krishna. Eko Devo Devaki Putra. Devaki Putra is Lord Krishna. So there has to be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita sung by Lord Krishna. There has to be only one worshipable God, Lord, that is Lord Shri Krishna, Devaki Putra. Eko mantras tasya namani yani. Only one mantra, his holy name, chanting of his holy name, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, or Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So only one mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Or whatever mantra you can chant. In Vishnu Sahasranam, there are 1000 names of Lord Vishnu. You can pick up any name and can chant that name. That is the mantra. Om Achyutaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha. This is also a mantra. Taking 3 names of Lord Vishnu and reciting Om 3 times. So it is a powerful mantra. Om Achyutaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha. You can do as many mala of this mantra as possible. So that has to be only one mantra, which is names of Lord Vishnu or Lord Shri Krishna. Karma pekan tasya devasa seva. There has to be only one duty, one devotional service, and that service is to be performed for the supremely worshipable Lord Shri Krishna. So whatever seva we offer to Lord Krishna is the only seva. Rest everything is a waste of time. The only karma, nishkam karma that we do is offering our seva to Lord Krishna. Karma pekam is ekam tasya devasya seva. So this is the end of Gita Mahatma. After Gita Mahatma, then we read the Dhyana Slokas. Dhyana Slokas. Shantakaram bhujagasayanam padmanabham suresham vishwadharam gagana sadrusham meghavarnam shubhangam lakshmikantam kamalanayana yogivir dhyanagambhyam vande vishnum bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaikanaatham. And second sloka of Atadhyanam. Yam brahma varunendra rudra marutastunvanti divyaistavayir vedai sanga padakramopanishadair gayanti yam samagaha dhyanavasti tatadgatena manasa pashyanti yan yogino yasyantanna vidusura suragana devaya tasmai namaha devaya tasmai namaha devaya tasmai namaha. So what is the meaning of all this? Shantakaram bhujagasayanam padmanabham suresham vishwadharam gagana sadrusham meghavarnam shubhangam lakshmikantam kamalanena yogivir dhyanagambhyam vande vishnum bhava bhaya haram sarvalokaikanaatham. This is all description of Lord Vishnu. Every word is a description of Lord Vishnu's attributes. Shantakaram. I meditated upon Lord Shri Krishna, who is a serene appearance, Shanta, serene appearance which fills our inner being with eternal peace, who is lying on the bed of serpent, Bhujaga Shayanam, Ananta, Adisheshanag, Lord Vishnu's photo we see, he is lying down on the bed of that serpent. So Bhujaga Shayanam, representing the eternal primal energy or the Moola Prakriti, who is sleeping on that Moola Prakriti of Ananta or Adishesha, from whose navel is springing up a lotus, which is the source of creation of Brahmadeva, Padmanabham. Padmanabham, from his nabhi, from his navel, the lotus flower is springing up, and on that lotus flower, a flower who is sitting, Brahmadeva, the creator of this universe. Suresham, who is presiding over various elements of those creations, is the Lord of Devas, Sura Isha. Sura is Devas, their Ish, God of gods. So is Suresha. So this is the first line. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. Then Vishwadharam Gagavarnam Shubhangam. Vishwadhar. He is the Adhar of this Vishwa, of the whole universe. So he is the substratum of the whole universe. And boundless and infinite like the sky. Gagana Sadrusham is like sky. Sky has no boundary, no limit. So it is boundless and infinite. So this Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Vishnu, is also Gagana Sadrusham. Meghavarnam, with a form bluish in color like the cloud, which is radiating auspiciousness. Shubhangam, which fills our inner being with bliss. So Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrusham Meghavarnam Shubhangam. Third line, Lakshmikantam Kamalanayana Yogivir Dhyanagambhyav, who is the beloved Devi Lakshmi with eyes beautiful like lotus petal, is the beloved of Lakshmi, no? Lakshmikantam. So he is the beloved of Devi Lakshmi with eyes beautiful like lotus petals, Kamalanayanam, and Yogivir Dhyanagambhyam. He cannot be attained by senses. He is Indriyatit. He can be attained only by Dhyan, who is attainable by the yogis only through devotional, through meditation only. Yogivir Dhyana Gamyam. And fourth line is Vande Vishnum Bhava Bhayaharam Sarva Lokaikanatham. I offer my salutations to Lord Vishnu, who removes the fear of worldly existence by making us realize that we are not isolated. He is with us. We are not alone. He is with us. Internally, externally we are different, but internally we are connected to Him. And this connection is eternal because He is there in every jiva. So this connection of us with Him is eternal. Vande Vishnu. I worship that Lord Vishnu, who is the one Lord of all the lokas. Sarva Lokaikanatham. He is the Lord of all lokas. So I offer my salutation. I worship this Lord Vishnu. So this is the first sloka of Atadhyanam. Second sloka we read what? Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunvandi Divyastavair Vedai Sangha Padakramo Vanishadir Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yogino Yasyantanna Vidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Nama is prostration. That means obeisances. Saštang Dandavat. Tasmai means that Devaya, to the Lord. Narayanam. Whom? Narayanam Brahma, the Lord Brahma. Varuna is the Varun Deva. Indra is Indra. Rudra is Lord Rudra. Maruta. Maruta is the God of wind. Marudha Devata. Stvanti. Stvanti is to pray. Divya, divine. Stavai, to say stutis, hymns. Yam, on whom? Samaga, the singer of Sama Veda. Gayanti, Gayanti is to sing. Vedai, or Vedas. So, means with Anga Padakrama Upanishadai. Angas, Parikramas and Upanishada. Yam, that is whom? Yogina, yogis. Pashyanti. Pashyanti is to perceive, to see, to experience. Manasa, that means by mind. Gatena, to surrender. Surrender to Lord. Dhyana, in the meditation. Avasthita, that state, getting established. Yasya, whose Antam, end. Sura, Sura is the Devas. Asura Gana, all the Asuras. Vidhu, Vidhu is to know. No, na is means not. So Yam Brahma Varnendra Dharmada Sarvanda Devaistavir Vedai Sangabada Kramo Varshader Gayandiyam Samagaha Dhyana Vastidad Gatein Mansa Pashyanti Yogno Yasyantanda Vidusura Suragana Devai Tasmai Namaha. Prostrations, salutations, Saštang Dandavat to that Lord Narayan, whom the Lord Brahma, Varuna Deva, Indra, Lord Rudra, Maruta, Devas pray with the divine hymns. On whom? The Samagayan singers sing the Vedas with their Angas, with their Parikramas and Upanishadas, whom the yogis perceive with their minds surrendered to him in their meditative state, and whose end the Devas and Asuras know nothing about. There is no beginning and no end, so how can one know about it? So upon that personality, whom? Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra and Marut, they praise by chanting transcendental hymns and reciting the Vedas with all their corollaries, all Padakramas, all Upanishadas, to whom the chanters of Sama Veda always sing, whom the perfected yogis see with their minds after fixing themselves in trance, in meditation, and absorbing themselves within him, and whose limit can never be found, either by demigods or by demons. Nobody can find. On that Supreme Lord, I offer my humble obeisances. So this is the Dhyana Slokas, what we have read now. In the end, when we complete reading of Bhagavad Gita, it is possible that we might have made some mistake of pronunciation. Rasva has become Dirgha, Dirgha has become Rasva, Aghat we have not taken, Visarga Ucharan we have not done properly. Some letter we might not have pronounced properly. So we have to ask for apology that I have read Gita with full Shraddha, but after all I am a human being. And to err is human, no? I might have made a mistake in reading Gita. So we seek we are seeking forgiveness from Lord Vishnu, from Lord Krishna, with this Kshama Pratana. Yasya sprutya chana moktya tapo yajna kriyadishu nyunam sampurnatayati sadhyo vande tamachyutam. In spiritual incubation and in worshipping, by whose recollection and by whose name chanting, whatever is partial is made complete in an instant. We are lacking something, but the Lord knows what is complete. Our incompleteness, He completes. That is the imagination. Our incompleteness, the Achyuta completes. So that Achyuta, I salute. I offer my obeisances. Yasya sprutya chana moktya tapo yajna kriyadishu. In performing of all these actions of tapa yajna kriya, if there is some shortcoming of us, if it is something incomplete, Achyuta makes it complete. Yadaksharappadabhrashtam matrahinancha yad bhavet tatsarang shammitan deva narayana namostute. While reading Bhagavad Gita, whenever any letter, any word or matra are corrupted, please forgive me for all those. O Lord Narayana, please forgive me for all those. I pay my obeisances, my salutations, my namaskaram, my sashtang dandavat to you. Itaksharam padabhrashtam matra yenachet bhavid tat sarang shamyadan deva narayana namostute. And in the end we say, Visarga bindu matrani padavadaksharani cha nyunani chatirikta kshamasva parameshvara kshamasva parameshvara kshamasva parameshvara. Please forgive me for the error in Visarga. I have not pronounced probably some Visarga properly, taking the h sound after Visarga. Maybe I forgot, I did not do it. Bindu, the Anuswar Ucharan, maybe I have not done it properly as per the rules. And the Matra, Rasva Dirgha, this Matra, this meter is including words and composite words. Jodakshar also, I might have pronounced wrongly, I don't know. Please forgive me the grammatical rules as well if I have not followed those. Visargamendu matrani padavadaksharani cha nyunani chatiriktaani kshamasva parameshvara kshamasva parameshvara kshamasva parameshvara. We are asking forgiveness from the Lord for all the errors that we might have made while reading Bhagavad Gita. It is a must to read this shloka because it is not possible that if we read 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, even if you are a Gita Vrati from Gita Pariwar or also from Sringeri, when you read for reading, sit for reading Bhagavad Gita 700 shlokas, your concentration, it loses sometimes. You lose the concentration sometimes. And if you are reading Gita every day, some or other shloka, you will realize afterwards that I have not pronounced this word properly. You realize, but by the time the time is gone, the wrong question has already happened and you are already reading the next shloka then. You don't go back and read that shloka again. You are asking for forgiveness then at the end. That does not mean we should be careless in reading Gita in whichever way we want to read, and at the end we read these shlokas that क्षमा कर दो हमको, हमने गलती किया होगा, अरे भाई गलती मत करो ना फिर. So we have to be utmost careful in reading of Bhagavad Gita the way it has been taught to us in Gita Pariwar. All the rules of grammar which are widely circulated in Gita Pariwar are to be followed. All the rules of Visarga, Bindu, that means Anuswar, Avagraha, stress points, Aghat are to be followed scrupulously. But even after taking due care, we may make mistake. So for that, this apology is there. For this, we are asking for this forgiveness from Lord Shri Krishna. So this is how we are concluding the Gita Parayan. I think we should stop here. If there are any questions on all the descriptions, all the detailing that we have done, then you are most welcome to raise your questions. You can discuss those. Thank you so much for your patience. Jai Shri Krishna. Now the forum is open for you to raise your questions. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Bhayaji, for this glorious session and for beautifully encapsulating the nectar of Gita. Now we are opening the platform for question answer session. I kindly request sadhaks to raise their virtual hands and if possible and comfortable, please turn on your video cameras to ask your queries from Vikas Bhayaji. Jai Shri Krishna. Sangeeta Didi ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes. I have two questions. Means in prayer, shlok number 3. Shlok number 3. First word. What is the meaning of first word? Prapanna parijataya. And second is shlok number 6. In the third line, pepiyamanam muda. I can't understand the meaning of these two words.
Okay. Any other questions we have on Pradhana? Let us take all the questions on Pradhana and then we'll discuss all together.
Okay. No. Only this.
So, any other sadhak has having any question on Pradhana? Prapanna Parijata is surrendering to the God. Prapanna Parijata.
What? Parijata? Parijat is the name of an...
See, it is like all wish fulfilling tree. Krishna is compared like all wish fulfilling tree.
Okay.
We are surrendering it to him. We are surrendering to him.
Okay. Prapanna Parijata. Okay.
He is a wish giving tree, that is Parijat.
Okay.
Parijat is compared to a very divine tree, giving beautiful flowers.
Yes. We are having in our garden, sir. Parijat Ruksha. Yes.
Very good.
And next is shlok number 6, third line.
Shlok number 6, third line.
Parijat कर रहे हो उधर.
Pepiyamanam muda.
Pepiyamanam muda. Shlok number 6.
Prayer.
Let me see which line you are referring to. Parashara. Vishmadronadra Yadithra Parashara Sarunam Gidartha Gandotadam. Pepiyamanam. Okay. See,
what is Pepi?
Okay. See, we'll discuss this completely. Parashara Sarojamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatan Nana Khyanaga Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam. Loku Sajjana Shatpadi Raha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyat Bharat Pankajam Kalimala Pradhamsina Shreyase. So word by word, if we see, let this lotus flower of Mahabharata, which arose from water, which are the words of Lord, son of Parashara, Maharishi Vedas, which has the pollen grains, Pepiyamanam Buddha, pollen grains of different stories. Mahabharata consists of hundreds of thousands of stories.
Okay.
Brought in the form of stories of Lord Vishnu, Harikatha, which gives us the great messages, and that is drunk by honeybee of very good people. Loke Sajjana Shatpadi Raha. Pepiyamanam Muda.
We are drinking.
Which Pepiyamanam Muda, that is drunk by the honeybee. Honeybee of very good people. Honeybee. Yeah.
Muda means what?
People who are derive happiness.
Okay. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
K.R.M. Rao Bhayaji.
Jai Shri Krishna. Regarding Pradhana, I am asking, sir.
Yeah.
This Yogi Vidyana Gambyam, na?
Yeah.
Will take Yogi Hujjana Gamyam because next sloka they are not reading. Even in Padmanabha temple also, Yogi Vidyana Gamyam. The next sloka I completely removed. It is Yogi Hujjana Gamyam. Is it correct? In Padmanabha temple also it is written there.
See, you see this Pratana, as I told you, is not an integral part of Bhagavad Gita. It is written by Madhusan Saraswati ji.
Okay.
As it has been attached to Bhagavad Gita later on. So these are the words of original Bhagavad Gita. So different scholars can write different Pratanas.
Okay, sir. One more thing. This
So
Gita,
missing here and there, we go by the book of Gita Praise, in which what Pratana is given, we restrict to only that Pratana. You can find
sorry.
some additional slokas in different Pratanas.
But in this Gita Press also, Gita Mahatma is not there, sir, correctly. Can you please, in the
What
Gita
is that?
Mahatma, only three slokas were there. Not all
No.
slokas.
If you see the Gita Mahatma given in this Gita Praise book, what we follow, this Gita Mahatma book, if you see this, can you see this book? In this book,
This is also Gita Press book only.
Gita Mahatma is given what is given in our PDF that we teach in the class.
Oh, PDF we have to take. Okay.
So
Sir,
under
one more
PDF,
thing.
we are restricting to the PDF that we circulate in the class. And
Oh, PDF.
the slokas of Gita Mahatmya are exactly as they are given in the Gita Press book. Right from Gita Tasvanam Punyam till Karma Pekan Tasya Devasya Seva. All these words are there in Gita Press book, and word by word we have taken that only in our PDF.
Okay, sir. One more thing. In Tirupati, we are calling Govinda only. Only simply Govinda, Govinda. In Tirupati.
It's okay, no? See, as I told you, Lord Vishnu has 1,000 names.
But whereas my father used to say that the Purusha Suktam also, Sahasrasesha Purusha. But I am doing only the Sri Suktam only sometimes. Like this, the Narayana Suktam also here people are reading. I am taking that book Thursday also. Narayana Suktam they are reading, but it's difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, it may be difficult to pronounce, but once you start reading it day in and day out, the words fit into your mouth, and then your accuracy level also increases. Vishnu Sahasranam people initially find it difficult, but you start chanting it daily.
But I am not regular, sir. That's a mistake because nowadays I am doing meditation. I am not that regular.
One has to be regular. Regularity and discipline and devotion. These three things are important.
Early morning 5 o'clock उठ जाता हूँ. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Sarma Bhaiya ji.
नमस्कार.
Namaskar.
कृपेण वहानी शैल्या ग्राहवती कृपेण वहानी. What is Shelya's role here? Grahavati. Shelya Grahavati. Slok number 5.
Shelya Grahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula.
That is the biggest wave. Karna is the biggest wave.
Yeah, Shelya is a crocodile.
Crocodile. Grahavati means crocodile.
Yeah,
crocodile.
Krupena is Krupacharya, is the tide. Vahini. Vahini is the wave. Krupena
Tiger.
No, Vahini is the wave. Water wave.
Wave.
And Karnena Velakula. Karna is
the big wave.
Krupacharya is the tide, rather the tide. And Karnena Velakula, Karna is the wave. This is the difference tide and wave.
Okay. Dugdha, somewhere, Sarvopanishado Gavo, Dogdha Gopalanandanaha. Dogdha means?
Dugdha means the doodh.
Pardon me?
Dugdha. Paramatma is he's milking the cow of Upanishads.
So, Dogdha means cow.
Dugdha means milking the cow.
Milking the cow.
Yeah.
Acha. Gava means cow.
Upanishada is compared as a cow. And Dugdha Gopalanana, Upanishada is a cow. And Krishna Bhagwan, Govinda, is milking the cow.
Milking the cow. Acha. Upanishads.
Yeah, Upanishad is a cow. Bhagavad Gita is an extract of Upanishads. That is the meaning.
Acha.
Yeah.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions, please?
Parul Didi ji. Didi ji, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Every day we recite two adhyayas and this. So every day we have to read the this.
No. As I told you in the beginning, if you are doing complete parayana, some kind of kamana in your mind as a sakam karma, then only this Nyas is necessary. If you are reading Bhagavad Gita without any kamana, it is a nishkam seva to Lord Krishna or for your self-satisfaction, then this Nyas is not a must. Nyas is not necessary.
And
Nyas is a ritual. Nyas is a ritual.
Last part of where we have to say that we have made, if we have made mistake.
Yes, madam. That you have to say. That you have to say even if you read one adhyay, because you can make mistake in one adhyay also, no?
So every day we have to say, or after 18 adhyay we have to say.
If you are reading every day only one adhyay or two adhyayas, then make it a point to say it every day, because mistake can happen every day. It does not happen at the end of 18 chapters. If you are breaking it into 9 days, for example, you are reading 2 adhyayas per day. So every day you can make mistake, isn't it?
Okay.
You can say this Kshama Prarthana every day.
Okay, thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Any other questions, please?
I don't think so. We have any more questions now.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Vikas Bhayaji, for this blissful session and for patiently responding to these questions asked. We all are highly indebted to you. And on behalf of Gita Pariwar, I take this opportunity to thank each and every sadhak for attentively attending this session and for being involved. Now, to offer our prayers in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, I call upon Sri Prerna Didi ji from Bengaluru. And Didi has joined Gita Pariwar in June 2024. And Didi is a retired bank officer. Didi ji is currently giving seva as a co-trainer in level 1 and 2. Jai Shri Krishna Didi, please proceed with the prayer.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Didi, for the beautiful prayer. Thank you so much, Vikas Bhayaji. We are very grateful for your guidance. Thanks to all our beloved and determined Gita sadhaks. I express my sincere thanks to our technical and back-end team for their relentless efforts to make our session a great success. Now, we will complete our session with the chanting of Hanuman Chalisa. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि करहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन वसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब वीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।